things I want to share, things I've been experiencing, things that came through in my journaling, my reflecting over the last few days, things, like I said, I've been experiencing, and also things that came through on my walk. Nature always does it for me. So yes, I'll read those notes. Then I'm going to pull a focus word here for us for the week, because I just felt the nudge to grab this deck right before I hopped on, and I already had a ton of other decks out. So let us begin here. First of all, Saturn retrograde began yesterday through the fall here. I think it's about a 5-month. Each year, I believe Saturn goes retrograde for about 5 months. Don't quote me on that. But with that, I will be sharing, I'll get the exact timing as well, and I'll be sharing some prompts and some reflections for you to think upon, look at, check in with yourself at some point this week. So yes, point of view. Think, when you hear point of view, think point of you. That came through on my walk, and I love that. That just speaks on perception, right? And that burp for confirmation there. I always have to clear my throat or burp or something when some significant or relevant form of communication truth is coming through. So there's just an amplification and exclamation point on the end of that statement on perception, right? But no one is going to view the world exactly like you do, for no one is seeing it from your lens here. I just saw 222 with balance, finding our own balance on that. Feel your way there. Remember what you came here for. Remember your gifts. Feel your way there just speaks on, it's a feeling before it's a thing in the physical, right? That hot and cold game. Paying attention to our internal guidance system, our emotional regulation system, in order to determine if we are moving towards something we are going to enjoy, appreciate when we get there, or the opposite of that, right? Like using our emotions, instead of numbing them, instead of avoiding them, instead of running from them, we run towards them so we can get to the root of them, figure out what we're feeling, right? We know that all emotions are temporary, energy in motion, and so we get the gold, mine the gold out of each moment. Remember what you came here for. Remember your gifts. Whenever you feel a negative emotion, it's important to remember that you're out of sync with who you have become. And that just means you're out of sync in this moment, not forevermore, right? For in every moment we can choose again. But again, use that negative emotion is not a sign that you've done anything wrong. It's not an indication to shame yourself. It's simply a reminder to course correct, to change your perception, to change the story you're telling yourself, to look a different way, to focus on what you do want versus what you don't want, right? Use it as, think of it as like bumpers. I'm thinking of bumpers in the bowling lanes, like those negative emotions, or the bump strips on the side of the road, right? It's just a reminder to get us back on path, to get us on the forward thinking momentum